What if I told you that it is possible to live in complete peace, even when your own family doesn't seem to give you the attention you deserve? Have you ever wondered why some people are able to remain calm while others suffer in silence when they feel ignored by their loved ones? This video will show you exactly how to transform that pain into inner strength and achieve lasting peace. Many people over the age of 60 face this painful situation. You have dedicated years of your life to taking care of your family, raising children, and being present at every important moment. But now, when you need attention and affection, it seems like everyone is too busy to give you the value you deserve. This hurts deeply and can lead to feelings of abandonment, sadness, and even anger. But here's the truth that few people know. You don't have to depend on other people's attention to be happy. There's a way to find inner peace, even when you feel forgotten. In this video, I'll share 5 powerful strategies that will help you regain your self-esteem and live a peaceful life, regardless of your family's attitude. If you don't learn these techniques now, you will continue to suffer unnecessarily and waste the most precious years of your life waiting for attention that may never come. But if you apply what I'm going to teach you today, you will discover how to become emotionally independent and find happiness within yourself. Prepare yourself for a revelation that will completely change your perspective on family relationships and your own happiness. Tip 1. Cultivate your own company. The first step to living in peace when your family ignores you is to learn to enjoy being by yourself. Many people are afraid of being alone because they have never learned to value their own company. They have always depended on the presence and approval of others to feel good. But the truth is that you are the most important person in your life, and you need to treat yourself as such. When you don't know how to be alone in a positive way, any absence of others becomes a source of suffering. You wait for someone to appear to fill the void, constantly depending on external attention to feel valued. This creates an emotional dependence that only brings frustration and sadness. To put this strategy into practice, start by setting aside at least 1 hour a day to do something you truly enjoy alone. This could be reading a book, listening to music, caring for plants, cooking something special, or simply sitting in silence and reflecting on the good things in your life. The important thing is to choose activities that bring you genuine pleasure and are not just distractions. For example, if you enjoy gardening, take the time to care for your plants with mindfulness. Look at each leaf, feel the soil in your hands, appreciate the colors and textures. This isn't just a way to spend time, it's creating a special connection with yourself. When you do something you love with dedication, you automatically connect with your essence and discover that your own company can be very pleasurable. The benefits of this practice are transformative. First, you develop self-confidence and stop relying on external validation to feel good. Second, you discover talents and interests that may have been forgotten over the years. Third, you become a more interesting and well-rounded person, which naturally attracts more positive attention from the people around you. When you are at peace with yourself, this is reflected in your energy, and people feel the difference. Tip 2. Build new, meaningful relationships. The second key strategy is to expand your social circle beyond your family. Many people limit themselves to their family relationships, and when those relationships don't work out as expected, they become completely isolated. But there is a whole world full of people who can become true friends and give you the love and attention you need. The problem with relying solely on family for social connection is that you become trapped in the dynamics and issues that exist within that group. Sometimes old issues, resentments, or simply personality differences cause family relationships to become distant. When this happens and you have no other connections, isolation becomes inevitable. To put this tip into practice, look for group activities in your community. This could be a walking group, dance classes, religious activities, craft groups, book clubs, or volunteer work. The key is to choose something that you are genuinely interested in, so you can meet people with similar interests. Imagine that you have always loved stories. Look for a library in your city that has a reading group for people your age. Go with an open mind, participate in discussions, and share your opinions about books. Over time, you will discover that some of these people have a lot in common with you and can become great friends. These new relationships are free from the burden of family issues and can be much lighter and more enjoyable. The benefits of building new relationships are immense. You expand your emotional support network, have more people to share good times with, discover new perspectives on life, and reduce your emotional dependence on your family. Plus, when you have an active social life outside of the home, you naturally become less available and more interesting to your own family, who may begin to value your presence more. Tip 3. Practice emotional detachment. The third strategy is to learn to emotionally detach yourself from the expectations you have about your family. The pain doesn't come from other people's behavior, but from the difference between what you expect and what actually happens. When you can adjust your expectations to reality, the pain decreases dramatically. Many people have unrealistic expectations about how family members should behave. They believe that because they are family, everyone should automatically give each other attention, affection, and priority. But the reality is that each person has their own life, problems, personality, and way of showing affection. When you insist on demanding behaviors that are not going to happen, it only creates frustration for everyone. To practice emotional detachment, start by observing your expectations without judgment. When you feel hurt by someone in your family's behavior, stop and ask yourself, what expectations of mine were not met? For example, you expected your child to call you every day, but he only calls you once a week. Instead of feeling bad about it, accept that this is his way of showing care and value these weekly calls. Also practice the letting go technique. When you feel angry or sad about a family member's behavior, take a deep breath and mentally say, I let this person be the way they are, and I release myself from the need to change them. This doesn't mean that you don't care, but that you choose your inner peace over unnecessary suffering. The benefits of emotional detachment are liberating. You stop wasting energy on things you can't control, you reduce family conflicts, you develop more understanding and compassion for others, and most importantly, you reclaim your personal power. When you no longer depend on the behavior of others to make you feel good, you become truly free. Now I want to make a special request of you. If this content is making sense to you and helping you see new possibilities, help me too. Click the subscribe button below, activate the bell to receive notifications of the next videos, and leave a comment telling me where you are watching from. This really motivates me to continue creating content that really makes a difference in people's lives. Now let's move on to the next strategy. Tip 4. Develop a self-care routine. The fourth essential strategy is to create a consistent routine of physical, mental, and emotional self-care. When you feel ignored by your family, it's easy to fall into the trap of neglecting yourself, as if you don't deserve care and attention. But this is precisely when you need to make yourself a priority and show yourself how valuable you are. The problem with not having a self-care routine is that you end up expecting others to take care of you. You become dependent on external attention to feel important and valued. This creates a vicious cycle. The more you neglect yourself, the worse you feel. And the worse you feel, the less attractive you become to others, including your family. To implement this strategy, start by creating small daily self-care rituals. This could be taking a long bath with products you like, preparing a special meal for yourself, doing light exercise, meditating for a few minutes, or simply getting ready to look good even if you're staying home. The important thing is to treat yourself with the same care you'd like to receive from others. For example, every morning when you wake up, instead of thinking about who didn't call you or who didn't look for you, focus on how you can make this day special for yourself. Make your coffee the way you like it, choose an outfit that makes you feel good, put on some music that makes you happy. These small gestures of self-care send a powerful message to your subconscious. You are important and deserve to be treated well. The benefits of a consistent self-care routine are life-changing. You improve your self-esteem, develop personal discipline, take better care of your physical and mental health, and project a more positive and attractive energy. When you take good care of yourself, the people around you, including your family, will naturally begin to see you differently and treat you with more respect and consideration. Tip 5. Find purpose beyond family. The fifth and final strategy is to find a purpose in life that goes beyond family relationships. Many people, especially those who have spent decades raising their families, lose their sense of self-identity when their children grow up and move away. They no longer know who they are beyond being a mother, father, grandparent, or caregiver. The problem with having family as your sole purpose in life is that you become completely dependent on this dynamic to feel useful and important. When family members distance themselves or show less interest, you lose the meaning of your existence. This creates a feeling of profound emptiness and lack of direction that can lead to depression and isolation. To find a new purpose, reflect on your talents, passions, and personal values. What activities give you energy and fulfillment? How can you contribute positively to the world around you? This could be through volunteering, mentoring younger people, developing a hobby that turns into a small income, or simply being a positive presence in the lives of others. For example, consider that you have experience sewing. You could teach this skill to others your age, create pieces to donate to charity, or even sell your creations at local fairs. Not only would this provide you with a source of personal satisfaction, but it would also create new social connections and make you feel productive and valued. The benefits of having a purpose of your own are extraordinary. You rebuild your personal identity, develop a sense of purpose and contribution, create new goals and objectives, expand your social circle, and most importantly, stop relying exclusively on family to feel fulfilled. When you have a rich and meaningful life, the attention or lack of attention from family members becomes just a detail, not the center of your happiness. We have reached the end of this journey of transformation, and I hope you have realized something fundamental. Your happiness and inner peace do not depend on the attitude of your family. You have in your hands all the power necessary to create a full and satisfying life, regardless of how others choose to treat you. To recap what we learned today, first, the importance of cultivating your own company and discovering the pleasure of being with yourself. Second, how to build new, meaningful relationships that enrich your social life. Third, the liberating power of emotionally detaching from unrealistic expectations. Fourth, how a self-care routine can transform your self-esteem and energy. And last, the need to find a sense of purpose that goes beyond family roles. Remember, you have lived many years, accumulated valuable experiences, and have much to offer the world. Don't let the lack of attention from some people dim your shine or steal your joy of living. You deserve to be happy, and this happiness is within your reach through your own choices and actions. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these 5 strategies made the most sense for your current situation? What small change can you start making today to become less dependent on family care? Leave your answer in the comments, and let's create a supportive community where everyone can share their experiences and strengthen each other.